Once John Wick steps inside the Continental, it quickly becomes apparent that there is a lot to the underworld in which he operates. From its enigmatic proprietor to the huge number of interesting individuals who roam its secret rooms, the Continental is the key to John Wick's world. Generally speaking, the guests who check into John Wick's Continental Hotel are allowed to do as they please, which is probably to be expected given the consequences we see of telling super assassins what to do. They can take advantage of a variety of services, enjoy a meal or a refreshing drink, and even get patched up with some top-notch medical care that even the nicest hotels don't usually offer in-house. There is, however, one activity that is expressly prohibited on the grounds.
You know the rules. No business can be conducted on these premises lest incurring heavy penalties.
And when they say business, they're not talking about accounting. Yes, the Continental is a safe haven for all the assassins therein, or it would be, if we didn't see someone breaking that rule in every movie. Miss Perkins takes a contract on John in the first film, and John himself crosses the line at the end of the second. The penalty for violating this sacred rule? Well, this isn't a world full of assassins who don't fulfill their job description. In fact, John's violation of this rule is what sets up the storyline of John Wick 3: Parabellum. Since the Continental Hotel is our first introduction to the larger criminal underworld of the John Wick universe, it would be easy for us to get lost upon entering. Luckily, the hotel's concierge helps to introduce the audience to this mysterious universe. His name is Sharon, and it's a very fitting name for someone with his occupation. In Greek mythology, Charon, spelled the same but pronounced differently, is the ferryman who took the souls to the underworld across the river Styx. He required the dead to pay a toll, leading bodies to be buried with a single gold coin, something else that's quite literal in the films, so they could pay the cover charge for the afterlife. Similarly, John Wick's Sharon seems able to perform just about any service, including dog sitting, if you pay him the proper fee. The one exception? Getting blood stains out of those fancy tailored suits John favors.
How good's your laundry?
I'm sorry to say that no one's that good.
Plus, he's pretty formidable himself, as we find out in Parabellum. If an uninitiated person entered the hotel without payment for Sharon, they might find themselves down in the underworld themselves before long. Speaking of the gold coins that continually change hands in the Continental Hotel, it does appear that the criminal underworld of John Wick operates under its own currency system. Assassination contracts are paid out in real-world money, but the gold coins the assassins throw around are useful for a variety of different criminal purposes. According to the third film, the coins don't have a designated value, but they are what John and the other assassins use for the variety of goods and services that are offered at the Continental. They also serve as an unofficial entry pass. Since so many criminal businesses are disguised as legitimate ones, the coins let the operator know whether the patron is here for the legitimate service or the nefarious one. The coins have a Latin phrase on each side. One side reads, ex unite vires, which is Latin for out of unity, strength. The other side reads, ens causa sui, which means it is generated from itself. It seems this mysterious society has existed for thousands of years. The global assassin community is overseen by a cabal of powerful, rich, shadowy figures who serve as an untouchable ruling class known as the High Table. Though they appear to have a hand in nearly everything that happens in the world of John Wick, it does seem like the managers of each individual branch of the Continental Hotel have some say in how their business operates. Winston, who runs New York City Continental, flexes some of his muscle when John breaks the hotel's rules by killing Santino D'Antonio inside. Although John has been marked for death by the High Table, Winston sends a group of waiting assassins away and actually delays the contract on John for 1 hour in order to give him time to get a head start.
Have you thought this through? I mean chewed down to the bone.
Winston seems to know that he can't reverse the decisions of the High Table, but he does have some power to delay and interfere with their orders if he so desires. Speaking of Winston, one constant question that has not been answered is just why the Continental Hotel's proprietor is so chummy with John. He definitely has a soft spot for Mr. Wick, referring to him with familiarity as Jonathan and keeping up with John's life outside of the business. He also seems very concerned when John re-enters the life, and even more concerned when he has to put a contract on his head. Why?
Away we go.
A simple answer might just be because of John's professionalism and considerable abilities, or that he's also the extremely charming Keanu Reeves. But one theory suggests that Winston may actually be John's father-in-law. It's mostly just speculation, but it would help explain Winston's relationship with John a bit more. Is it possible that Winston is the father of Helen, John's late wife? Sure. Is it likely? Probably not. But it would be a fun little wrinkle in their relationship. If you'd like to experience the Continental for yourself, there's a way to do it without all the shooting and gold coins. Checking out the buildings where they shot the Continental scenes the next time you visit New York City. Yes, that's hotels. They have actually used 2 different buildings to stand in for the 5-star Hitman Hotel. The exteriors of the Continental are shot at the Beaver Building. It is located at 1 Wall Street Court, at the intersections of Wall Street, Pearl Street, and Beaver Street. The building was once the home of the New York Cocoa Exchange and is sometimes still referred to as such. If you want to experience the full Continental Hotel, however, you'll need to hit Delmonico's restaurant, right down the road at 56 Beaver Street. This historic steakhouse has been open since 1837. Unless you have a pocket full of gold coins, you'll want to make a reservation if you want some pictures. Check out one of our newest videos right here, plus even more Looper videos about your favorite stuff are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.